Historic, timely, brave. This is how President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky assessed Joe Biden's unannounced visit to Kyiv.
I really appreciate that President Biden, American society, being from the very beginning of this tragedy, from the very beginning of this full-scale war, from the first days being together with us. First phone call of supporting was from White House to Ukraine. And thank you for your leadership. Thanks bipartisan support. Thanks Congress.
Presumptuous of me to say this, but I thought it was important that the President of the United States be here the day the attack began. Because as the President remember, I was warning the world that he was going to attack. I was certain of it. And I thought it was critical that there not be any doubt, none whatsoever, about U.S. support for Ukraine in their war against the brutal attack by Russia.
President Biden clearly emphasized what modern global politics is and what role the United States and Ukraine play in it, says Mikhailo Podolyak, advisor to the head of the Office of the President of Ukraine.
President Biden, just on the eve of the anniversary of the Russian invasion, stressed that the Russian Federation in this form is an unconditional aggressor, a threat to the global democratic system as such, and accordingly this threat must be dealt with radically. In my opinion, these are very clear and important accents at this stage of the war.
In the Ukrainian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the visit of the American president to Kyiv is called unprecedented in the history of world diplomacy.
Against all the rules, this is a personal decision of President Biden. He accepted an invitation from President Zelensky in December during the visit of the President of Ukraine to the United States. The main result of the visit is that the US President was in Kyiv that day. Even if he didn't bring anything else, it would be the most powerful result in itself. Dmytro Kuleba, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine, on the air of the national telephone.
Also, according to Ukrainian diplomats, Joe Biden sent a signal to allies in the anti-Putin coalition towards greater unification and efficiency.
One part was about symbols, the other was very important messages addressed to Ukraine and also to Putin, who is waiting for us to run out of safety margin and our partners and call. Quite a few people compared Biden's visit to Kyiv to President Roosevelt's visit to London during the so-called Blitz, that is, during the massive air attacks of Nazi Germany. I mean, it was definitely a smart decision.
Immediately after the visit to Kyiv, in Warsaw, Joe Biden and President of Poland Andrzej Duda discussed collective support for Ukraine.
Combined with the visit to Kyiv, this is a very strong signal of the responsibility that the United States constantly assumes for the security of Europe and the world. Mr. President, I know very well how courageous it was, and for this I am very grateful to you. Tomorrow we will meet here with our allies on NATO's eastern flank, because for all of us this is an extremely important symbolic visit here in the region.
In turn, Joe Biden expresses gratitude to Warsaw for its help in delivering military and humanitarian aid to Ukraine from the United States and other countries.
As I told President Zelensky when we spoke in Kyiv yesterday, I can proudly say that our support for Ukraine remains unwavering. And as I told our Russian counterpart not it's a while now, I said, you're seeking the Finlandization of NATO. You're going to get the NATOization of Finland. And it turns out I didn't know Sweden was coming along as well. But all kidding aside, I think we're in a, if we keep our head and we are focused, I think we're in a better position than we've ever been. And so there's a lot of challenges that we have to face, but I'm confident we can do it together and develop our partnership.
The Polish authorities intend to discuss with Biden the supply of F-16 combat aircraft to Ukraine. This was reported in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Poland.
The topic of sending planes will be discussed with Biden today and during the summit of NATO's eastern flank, the Bucharest 9. We will talk about what further military support should look like. I do not want to get ahead of the facts. We will negotiate and do everything so that Ukraine receives the weapons it needs for defense. Paweł Jabłonski, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of Poland, in a commentary to Polish radio.
A turning point for the Poles and for Polish-American relations. This is how Biden's visit was assessed by U.S. Ambassador to Poland, Mark Brzezinski.
This is a historic moment. I think he will talk about how we are now fighting for the next generation, for the world in which it will live. This is really a clash between dictatorship and democracy. When the Ukrainian people win, it will be the biggest political support for democracy and a free market economy in the last 100 years. Mark Brzezinski, U.S. Ambassador to Poland, in an interview with TVN.
Warsaw is counting on U.S. assistance in strengthening national security.
What does Poland expect from the United States? That we also have plans and ambitions for the supply of American weapons. We are also waiting for the implementation of some military contracts with the US. We are counting on more American soldiers in Poland.
On Wednesday, Joe Biden also met with the leaders of the Bucharest 9, the heads of state of the eastern flank of NATO. Reported by Paweł Stelmach, Krystyna Dąbrowska, UATV News.